Hey, happy day 210. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, also known as Pajama Grandma. Doing one thing every day that makes me happy from the little journal book. One thing every day that makes you happy. I decided this year, 2019, was a year to be a little bit happier. Stop stressing, stop freaking out over every little thing on the planet that happens around me and in my life, and do something to make me feel happier. And the only way we do that is if we consciously decide every single day that we're going to be happy about something. Guess what? Everything we feel comes from within. Though it doesn't always feel that way. It feels like all the stuff around us is battering us around. It's kind of like being a ship in the ocean. You know, the wind and the sea and everything knocks us around. And as much as we know deep down that it's up to us to decide how we're going to feel and how we're going to react to things, we don't always respond in that way. So, to feel happier this year, I decided every day I'm going to consciously do something to feel better. And one of those things is look at this little journal book, see the activity, the action, the challenge every day, and then do that thing. Today is a sayings day. Grab my magnifying glass so I can see what it says and read it to you so you can do it too. Love the curlers, right? So, nothing compares to the simple pleasure of a bike ride. This was actually said by John F. Kennedy, and our challenge today says, today's bike ride. So, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going for a bike ride today. The last time I was on a bike, I have really challenging vision. So, the last time I was on a bike, I could still see okay, but probably not well enough to be out riding a bike. And it just so happened, I checked the sky and it looked beautiful, but I only looked one direction. And as I got on my bike and was biking off to the state park and all proud of myself, I'm about halfway there, and it's not that far from my house, where I was going to go and leave my bike and then go for a nice walk in the park. It's probably half a mile, maybe a mile. It just started to pour. I mean, not just little drops of rain. Luckily, it was summer, so it was kind of a warm rain. But by the time I got to the park, I was like soaked all the way through to my skin. And I was like, this is fun. Well, then I had to turn around and bike home. Now, I was wearing glasses because I needed glasses to see anything back then. And they were so covered with rain, and you know, you don't have little windshield wipers on your glasses, as nice as that would be, that I could not see at all where I was going. I ended up climbing off the bike and walking along the side of the road in the rain. Because at this point, I was so wet, it didn't matter. I couldn't possibly get any wetter. But I was just laughing because it was such a funny situation. It was, you know, one of those things where I looked out the door, it looked beautiful, got on the bike and went, and then it was only as I was riding my bike that I realized, oh my God, there's this big wall of clouds, gray rain clouds coming, and before I could even turn around to go home, I was drenched and sopping wet. But it was still fun because there's nothing more pleasurable than a simple bike ride, even a simple bike ride in the rain. So I'm probably not going on a bike ride. Number one, I can't see well enough to bike anymore. Number two, I got rid of my bike after that last incident. I laugh because my brother-in-law thinks I should get an electric bike, and I'm like, I don't think he understands that if I can't drive, I can't ride a bike. That wouldn't be any safer for me than driving a car. Maybe safer for other people, but wouldn't be any safer for me. So what can you do today? What simple pleasure can you do today? If you have a bike, I say get on that bike, even if it's just to ride around the block. Even if it's just to sit on that bike, sometimes that makes you feel better. I do use an exercise bike, I will admit to that. Any stationary bike I'm cool with, but I'm not getting out on the roads anymore. So what can you do today to just appreciate your day, to feel happy? You know, get the sun shining on your face. Go out, do that. Make it an amazing day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.